Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about everything we know so far for the Black Ops 6 Zombies upcoming map DLC 3. And it's unbelievable because this map is speculated to drop for March 20th for the Season 3 release, where we take a break for Season 4, potentially for Zombies, and then we get our potential last DLC or last two DLCs for Season 5 and Season 6. On the gameplay right now, I got some Luigi's Mansion gameplay because that is right, we're going back to Liberty Falls inside of the mansion. Now, this is obviously what was teased at the end of the Tomb cutscene, and in terms of the story, apparently what we're going to be doing is getting a material from Cortifex, the god from Vanguard, who harvests a material known as Tempest, and this Tempest material is going to be something that we have to put inside of the Sentinel artifact. It really reminds me also of the Voyage of Despair Easter egg, where you're spending that whole entire Easter egg getting all this different type of energy for the Sentinel artifact, whether that's the elemental zombies or pack-a-punching the Sentinel artifact or the energies from the planet. It seems like we're doing something on a smaller scale like that inside of the mansion coming up with this next Zombies map. And also, we know that this map is going to be a small Zombies map, probably reminiscent to the Tomb, and I have to say, I'm not against that. I would rather have a small Zombies map that is well constructed than a large Zombies map that has no life to it. And so I hope that there is going to be a lot that is put inside this map, especially because we know already so much about the wonder weapons that are coming into this map, because we saw this map basically being featured inside of the Liberty Falls intro cutscene. We know that Richtofen and Blanchard will probably be playable operators with inside this map, at least Blanchard, I would say, because they definitely teased him in Liberty Falls. But also, I think this map is going to play a lot similar to another mansion map we've already seen, being Dead of the Night. And because we're getting all this chaos lore and chaos tie-ins with this map, I am a little bit excited for this map. Honestly, I think I am a lot more excited than the Tomb, because I felt like the Tomb didn't really have a lot of storyline significance, whereas this map that we're about to get is obviously going to be a massive, massive contribution towards Richtofen's storyline, and I really hope that they actually have more dialogue and more cutscenes, obviously, than what we got with inside of the Tomb. Now, I do have to say, it does get me a little bit worried because this has kind of a Nuketown to Alpha Omega vibe to it, where we started off at Nuketown, then went back to Alpha Omega, and a lot of people said that Alpha Omega was worse than Nuketown, and so I really hope that Liberty Falls is not better than this mansion map coming up, because like I said, it's probably going to be extremely small. So for the wonder weapons, like I said, we know that the Wonder Waff is coming, but also in the game files, they have found the Ray Gun Mark II apparently coming inside this map, and it makes a lot of sense because the way that Black Ops 6 is being constructed is it's seeming like this is going to be the area where they bring back a lot of the transit assets. So a lot of, like we've already seen with the Jet Gun, the Ray Gun Mark II, the stuff coming from all of Black Ops 2, but also what's crazy is we are apparently going to be getting Tombstone in this map. So that's another sort of Black Ops 2 transit asset that is coming. Mule Kick is in the files, and also there is another perk called D_mod in the files, which a lot of people are assuming is going to be Double Tap 2.0, maybe coming into the game sometime. But I'm guessing if we're getting a break for Season 4, they're probably going to be adding Double Tap inside of that season, because we're not going to be probably getting a Zombies map, which I think is a good idea. I think a lot of people right now are definitely a little bit burnt out from all of the Black Ops 6 content that's been coming out, especially after a lot of the negative reception from the Tomb, in my opinion. So also, like I said, you're probably going to be getting the Blanchard operator as an Easter egg reward for this map, and I can imagine, like I said, that the map is going to play fairly simplistically. It's not going to be as complex as Dead of the Night. It's probably going to be something that we saw similar with Tomb. So honestly, I'm not really opposed to that. One of the bosses, though, that could be coming inside this map that is either going to be a companion or a actual boss that we have to fight with inside this map is going to be the thing that we saw in the files known as Mecha Klaus. Now, Klaus obviously comes from Mauer Toten, and so this guy is either going to be against us in this map or is going to be another companion companion. And it's interesting because at the end of the Mauer Toten Easter egg cutscene, he does sacrifice himself for the players. So maybe he's going to come out from the Dark Ether to actually be used as an enemy, because a lot of the things that we've been seeing so far are a lot of the characters that we've known and loved, like Samantha, Maxis. They're going to be coming out of the Dark Ether. I know in MW3 Zombies, they sort of tease that Ava is now in the Dark Ether. And so I don't expect that these people that were friendly before are going to be companions in this map. They're probably going to end up being bosses or enemies. And I would not be surprised if the boss of what we see in this Zombies map is actually the Forsaken, which Samantha Maxis was taken over by. And it's going to be what we sort of fight with what Sophia looked like in Gorod Krovi. That mechanism that they had at the Forsaken boss fight, that is probably exactly what we're going to be fighting in this map, because that was also teased in the Liberty Falls intro cutscene. And also, what's interesting is we already probably know the ammo mod and the field upgrade coming to this map being Shatter Blast, which is definitely one of my favorites, so I am very excited about that. I think the Shatter Blast ammo mod is probably one of the best, and it probably will still be the best in this game. And then also the field upgrade that we're getting is going to be Frost Blast. Now, I am not a fan of Frost Blast. I think Frost Blast is probably one of the worst field upgrades they've ever introduced into Call of Duty Zombies, and I just hope that it gets a major buff, because I feel like in Vanguard it was terrible. And also, I hate to say it, but I doubt that we are ever going to be getting Ring of Fire returning in Black Ops 6. It just seems like Treyarch does not want to include that. But what is interesting is they have found a field upgrade inside of the game files known as Instant Barricade. So maybe they're going to be reworking Ring of Fire inside of the game. But I can also assure you that Toxic Growth also from Cold War Zombies will probably not be returning, considering how overpowered and broken it was in Outbreak. And so it's interesting as well, because apparently within the Black Ops 7 game files, or what people are leaking, we might be getting another Outbreak mode coming back into that game. So if that is actually happening, it's going to be interesting to see how they actually port all the perks, the field ammo, or field upgrades, the ammo mods, all of that into this next game. And I just hope that we don't continuously reuse content. That was one of my biggest gripes with Cold War. We're kind of seeing it again with Black Ops 6, and I really hope that we do not see it again with Black Ops 7. And lastly, for our new Gobblegums for this coming up DLC, we're definitely going to be seeing shopping free, which I think is insane. That is going to make BO6 so much more easier than it already is, on top of Aftertaste, which also allows you to keep your perks after a couple rounds, which I think is pretty fair. Fear in the Headlights, which allows you to freeze the zombies for 60 seconds wherever you're looking. Flavor Hex, which gives you 2 random Mega Gobblegums. I think that could be one of the greatest Gobblegums we see coming into BO6. And lastly, Head Drama, which makes all of the damage you put into a zombie or a boss zombie headshot damage. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we know so far for Black Ops 6 DLC 3. Honestly, I'm more excited for this than I am for the Tomb, just because I think it's going to be a better map, and also it's coming pretty quickly. We're already less than, I would say, a month and a half away from this dropping, if this does actually drop with the Season 3 release date being March 20th. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think about this map mansion coming in for Black Ops 6, and I'll see y'all, ladies and gentlemen, in that next one.